On eBay, every product tells a story, but proving that story across resales is hard. Today's authentication often stops at checkout. Chainletter makes trust portable. A verifiable certificate and transfer log travel with the item to each new owner. Buyers verify in seconds, sellers hand off digital titles, brands can attach warranties or optional resale fees without sharing personal data, and it's backed by a public, tamper-evident ledger. So in this example, I bought this pig. I found an artist I like. I bought it directly from him. I opened this pig up, and oh, there's some documents inside. What could this be? Well, these are our registration and our bill of sale documents. So what we can do with these, this is the blockchain certificate of registration. This is a private sale document which contains a passphrase. We can now register this on the platform, prove we own it. We can generate proofs of ownership if other people want to know if we still own this pig. We can transfer it to other people. We can pay a royalty to the artist each time it's registered. It opens up a ton of options, and since it's on the blockchain, it's durable, and it's able to be verified at any time, even if we don't exist anymore. If we jump over to our demo app, we can see this is the Asset Tracker website. It's very plain right now because this is a proof of concept. What we can do is we can look at our certificates that we obtain from inside our piggy bank, blockchain certificate of registration, the private sale document, and we can now register using this. We can say that we own this particular asset. So I'd go over to the first page, and I'd verify that no one else has registered this. So I would copy my serial number, which is 12345, pretty easy to remember. Search it up, and we can see it's a pig e-bank, handmade pig decoration, has a clean history, no one has registered it. Now I'm going to register it. So if I click on Register Asset, we're taken to the Register Asset panel. I go to my private sale document, I copy the registration secret. I paste in the registration secret. My name is Nick, so I'm putting it in, and I don't necessarily want to give anyone any more information than that. Now we're going to pretend that I'm paying to register. It's just in free mode right now. And if I click Pay $5 and Register, it's now generated a new bill of sale if I want to resell this pig to someone else. I have a new secret key that I can use for other features in this application. So I click I've saved my secret key. And now in my recent list of items, I have the action that I've registered this item at this date and time. Now what can I do with that? Well, if I go back to the verify and I put in my super secret serial number, 12345, I look up the pig e-bank, you can see I'm now on the registrations list, and this is where the cool stuff starts to happen. I get some actions I can take. Like here, I can either download my certificate of registration again. I can create a proof proving that I currently own this pig. So if someone asks like, oh, you're going to sell this on eBay, do you still have it? I can say, create proof. I can paste in my new registration secret that I just received. Now we're viewing the details for this proof that was created. We can have a public link that we can send to someone who's doubting that we currently have the secret to the registration for this item. If I click on verify, this is showing us the blockchain verification for the proof that we created, and you can see that the phrase that I typed in is right here. This means that someone who wishes to place a bid on your item and asks you to confirm that you own your sneakers, your Rolex, or whatever, they can give you whatever phrase or secret number that they want. You can create a proof containing their secret so they know that you have the current registration for the item that you're proposing to sell. Now this is publicly available on the IPFS network. It's also part of the base blockchain's data, so this is a durable, permanent record of this proof that it was created. This is the Chainletter supplied information, and Lakeview University is acting as the authenticator for this particular proof. This would probably be somebody like eBay or Beckett or PSA or someone that does authentication services. Now there's a lot more information here, but we're going to skip it to keep this demo short. If I jump back over to the verify page for the piggy bank, and we look at this, there's also a verify button next to the registration row. If I click on that, you can see that the blockchain certificate of registration has been committed to the blockchain as well, has verification data. It's blockchain confirmed, just like the other thing. So all the assets that get created by this system are all tracked on the base blockchain and can be verified even if this system no longer existed. Our other options here are creating a transfer, so we can sell this item to someone else, or we can report this item as lost or stolen. Reporting the item as lost or stolen still uses our secret, and we can select from a group of listing. I'm going to select other in this case, and if we contest the registration now enters a state where, say that you had a Gucci bag that was stolen from you and then somebody else tries to register it, you as the previous owner can say, no, I didn't sell that item, it wasn't properly transferred as part of this chain. And it's kind of up to people who are viewing this page to determine whether or not these contested registrations is valuable information or not. So the other thing that we can do is we can transfer. Now, normally you wouldn't transfer one that's been contested, but for the demo, starting a transfer is when you put in the person who's going to receive it. Say it's Paul, and I'm going to put in my secret again. The secret is what you use for everything. I'm going to create a transfer document. And what that does is it generates a bill of sale that I can give to Paul. It gives him a secret he can use to register this item. I go in and I put in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put in my registration secret. I put in my name is Paul. And I pay my $5, giving the original artist or creator a royalty. Now I get a new secret as Paul, which Nick does not know. I click, I saved my secret key. I look back at the pig registration page, which is still contested, even though we know it's legitimate at this point. And we can see in the registrations list now Paul has it. Paul can take these actions, creating a proof, transferring it to the next owner, downloading their public certificate. When I send this pig to Paul, I would have included that sale document, so he would have received the paper in the pig just like I did. And that's really kind of how this works to create a blockchain verified chain of custody for any kind of collectible or luxury good or anything really that has a serial number or has some kind of provenance attached to it. Now that I've logged in, I get the ability to create items. I can also view my number of stamps that I have remaining. Every blockchain action that's automated costs 1 stamp in the Chainletter platform. And that's kind of the fuel that makes this work without needing users to create wallets or to do anything kind of cumbersome like the old Web3 tracking sites used to. So if I click on Create Item, and it's a graded magic card. Now I'm going to choose my photo. Just uploaded the photo, and the serial number I'm going to put in. So my serial number is the PSA number that I've entered in, and I'm going to create my new graded magic card item. You can see it's giving me the initial secret. This is what I'm going to send to my customer who buys this from me. I get a private sale document which contains this registration secret. Get a public certificate which shows the item name, the description, and these two things are what we use to start with, and in the other example it was stuffed into the pig. So if I look at this item, we can see that it's been created. Here's a picture of the graded magic card. Has a certificate of registration which will be created by whoever is doing the grading or the authentication. And it hasn't been registered yet, so it's ready to sell.